Hey there people, it's Mark, and I'm back with another video. This time around I'm going to be having another one of my discussion videos, because I haven't done them in a very long while. In today's video, I'll be talking about the good, the bad, and the oh so ugly about Dragon Ball Super. Now, I've tried to give this show many chances in the past, considering the fact that I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan and I love this series. I love Dragon Ball, I love Dragon Ball Z. This may be painful to say, but I even like Dragon Ball GT. I thought it was pretty enjoyable, at least around like the middle/ending of the series. The beginning half of the series was boring, I didn't really give a crap about that. But the whole thing is that, in my eyes, Dragon Ball Super seemed like a far more disappointing series than GT in my eyes. And I'll just go into why that's the case. Now, a lot of you may be asking, what exactly was so bad about Dragon Ball Super? Well, a lot of things in my eyes. Number one being the fact that the lazy, piss-poor animation. Like, it's probably one of the worst animations I've seen in years. I mean, from a standpoint, hey, the show doesn't look that bad, a lot of people are saying, but when you see the action scenes, I mean, they look pretty bad. Pretty bad, especially when you see the in-between cuts, when you see like the in-between frames of Goku and whatnot. I mean, but then again, there was the episode of Naruto where you had that terrible animation when he was fighting Pain. I guess the animators were just drunk that day, and the animators were drunk making this entire show. Not to mention the fact that when they introduced all of these new Super Saiyan forms, I mean new color palettes in Dragon Ball Super, they didn't have any change to characters whatsoever. Super Saiyan Blue is just a color swap. They don't change up Goku's moves at all. Goku doesn't gain new abilities or anything else like that. Remember how in like the old Dragon Ball Z's, like how it would take Goku a while to turn Super Saiyan, like in the different Super Saiyan forms, and every time he transformed, he got new abilities that were pretty cool. Like how when he fought Frieza when he first turned Super Saiyan, he did that one-handed Kamehameha, or how when he was Super Saiyan 3, he did like that Super Dragon Fist. It was really cool. How he was freaking Super Saiyan 4, which I know it's not canon, but it was still really cool to me. How he did Kamehameha times 10. I mean, you have all these really cool stuff, and the thing is that I felt that the God modes that they did here, it was a lack of potential. They could have done so much with it, but instead they just throw it away. It's like they only had it just to make a new line of Dragon Ball Z toys just to sell to people. But that's not even to mention the other ridiculous forms like Super Saiyan Rose with Black Goku or whatever, and I don't even know. But aside from all of that disappointment, there's also the story. I mean, I can respect the fact that this time around they actually kind of try to focus on the story of Dragon Ball. Because before, I mean, you look at the previous series, I mean, it wasn't very keen on the story, I don't believe. It was just kind of like the same formula in a way. It was like, new villain comes to Earth, they gotta train to fight him, Goku, Vegeta, or whoever beats him. That's about it. I mean, this time around they actually try to go for a story. I mean, I like that, but you kind of run yourself in circles, especially when Future Trunks came in. In my eyes, Future Trunks had absolutely no reason to come back, except for just fan service. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Future Trunks too. I mean, I play them all the time in the Dragon Ball Z games. But in a lot of ways, what was really the point of bringing them back? Just to have this whole thing where, everything is Trunks' fault because he messed up with time and blah, blah, blah. And then, not to mention, that also leads up to one of the worst villains in Dragon Ball history, which is Zamasu. Zamasu. Words cannot describe how utterly shattered I was when this guy explained his plan, which was absolutely terrible, and they explained it like 3 or 4 times as if it made sense, which it really didn't. I wanted to like Zamasu as a character or a villain. Quite frankly, Cell, I believe, is one of my favorite villains because, I mean, he had personality. He was just like I don't really care about that whole taking over the world deal. I just kind of want to fight strong people, and if you fail, I mean, you fail. I move on to the next guy. That was the thing about Cell. He had class. He had swagger. Cell was a good villain. But then you have Zamazu. Zamazu was like a whiny teenage bitch. Like, he complained about everything. Oh my gosh, I hate the humans. Blah, blah, blah. This, and that. And then his whole plan, which I will explain to you in 5 seconds. I mean, if for some of you who didn't watch the show, I'm going to say the whole thing. And if your mind does not explode after I explain all this, believe me, when you watch the show, it will. Look, to round out this video, I'll just say this. If you like Dragon Ball Super, don't let me stop you, okay? I'm pretty sure there's a lot about this show that you can find to like more than me. Probably more of a diehard fan of the show than I am. You know, this and that. But just in my eyes, I just kind of don't like it. It was very disappointing to me in a lot of ways for a new show. I mean, in some cases, I don't even think they should have made the show at all. I wish they just let it die in some ways. Kind of like how they're trying to do with Naruto. Even though they're going to make Boruto, I'm not even sure if I'm going to watch that either. But in a lot of ways, just don't take what I said today too seriously. It's just my opinion. My opinion will not go into your brain stream and then change what you think. It's not impossible. If that wasn't possible, then I guess a lot of people would be brainwashed by any YouTube video they watch.